Hi, I'm Josh Elliott, and this is not a review today. What? So I've noticed that lots of YouTube reviewers upload videos of their top 10 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year, and all of them are exactly the same. Every one of them is gonna have Star Wars, every one of them is gonna have Justice League, Kingsman, Lego Ninjago movie, maybe Jumanji. So many YouTube critics are the same in their taste in movies, and so videos like that are all so similar across the board. But if my choice of movies that I review on this channel is any indication, I've proven that I usually don't go for the mainstream stuff. Now, I do sometimes. Kingsman: The Golden Circle is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. I cannot wait for that movie to come out. There are so many other movies that are coming out this year that I'm super excited for, and I don't feel like anyone is talking about them because they're just more Oscar baity, or they're low budget, or indies, or they're historical pieces. But everyone's talking about Star Wars and Justice League. I wanted to create a video to talk about all of these movies that are going to be coming out over the rest of the year. I feel like people should know about them because I'm really interested in them, and I think other people should be too, which is why I'm calling this video Top 10 Upcoming Movies That You Probably Don't Know About but should. So the first movie on my list is Darren Aronofsky's new film, Mother. It's coming out September 15th, and it stars Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Ed Harris. For those of you who don't know, Darren Aronofsky made Black Swan and The Wrestler. I've seen The Wrestler, I have not seen Black Swan yet, but The Wrestler is really good. Mother is basically mystery thriller about a young girl. Jennifer Lawrence is the lead, and she's married to Javier Bardem, and they live out in this big house, I think in the country, and these two strangers come to their house, and Javier Bardem seems to be strangely comfortable that they're there, and they start inviting more people over, and really strange things starts happening, and Jennifer Lawrence doesn't think she can trust them. The movie looks terrifying, nuanced, and noir type. It looks thrilling. I'm excited for this movie. Of all the movies on this list, this one is coming out the soonest. I'm actually gonna list all the movies in terms of their release dates. So the second movie on this list is Battle of the Sexes, which stars Steve Carell and Emma Stone. I forgot the names of the actual tennis players, so I am looking it up. So it's about the 1973 tennis match between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. It looks like this really quirky comedy that seems to be all about sexism in a very lighthearted way. I think it could have success, especially in like this PC world that we're living in. It comes out September 22nd, if I did not say that already. The next movie on my list is Victoria and Abdul, which also comes out September 22nd. I love Judi Dench so much. After Philomena and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, she's a gem. Honestly, this is a very sweet historical piece about Queen Victoria and a friendship that she had with one of her Indian servants, Abdul. I don't know how much of the story is true and how much isn't, but this looks like this year's Florence Foster Jenkins. It's about an unlikely friendship with an older woman and a younger man, and the older woman is played by a really famous actress. It's a period piece, it's British, it looks really sweet. The next movie on my list is Goodbye Christopher Robin, which is coming out October 13th, and it is about the creation of Winnie the Pooh, and it stars Domhnall Gleeson as A.A. Milne. I hope I got that name right. Margot Robbie plays his wife, and I don't know the kid who plays Christopher Robin, but it seems like it's mainly told from his perspective, and how he inspires his dad to create the story of Winnie the Pooh, and how much that means to the world post-World War II, what that ends up doing to Christopher Robin when he is suddenly thrust into this world of fame and importance, even though all he wanted was just this little story about his toys. It seems like a feel-good period piece. I'm looking forward to it. It looks really sweet. Sort of like Victoria and Abdul, but it seems like it may have a much stronger, darker emotional core than some period pieces, which I think could be really interesting. The next movie on my list is Suburbicon. I saw a trailer for it just a couple days ago. It just thrust my excitement for this movie. So Suburbicon is coming out October 27th. It's written by the Coen brothers, but it's directed by George Clooney, and they've collaborated with each other before, so you know it's a great pairing. And it stars Matt Damon as this father in a 1960s suburban town. I'm not even quite sure how all of this starts happening. All of these mobsters are after him and his son, but he keeps managing to kill these mobsters, and next thing you know, this quiet suburban town is just suddenly thrust into chaos, and Matt Damon is basically the cause of all of it, and it looks really hysterical. I'd recommend seeing the trailer and probably the movie as well. It's probably going to be great. It looks lively and colorful. Oh, Julianne Moore is in it as well, and I'm excited for her because she is an amazing actress. I'm excited for Suburbicon. Now, the next movie on my list is Murder on the Orient Express, which comes out November 10th. Now, I have read the book Murder on the Orient Express, and I've seen the Albert Finney movie from the 1970s. I love the story. I think it's timeless. So I was really excited when they announced that there was a movie coming out. Oh, basically the plot of the story is that someone is murdered on the Orient Express, and then there's this famous detective, Hercule Poirot, who has to figure out which of the 13 people in the cabin did it. It's a classic murder mystery. It has an all-star cast. It's the second movie with Judi Dench on my list. My one thing holding it back was its first trailer. Its first trailer was really weak. It felt like it didn't know what genre it wanted to be because it had a really modern song, but it was also pinning itself as a thriller at the beginning, but it's really a slow mystery. I wouldn't recommend watching the trailer until like a new one comes out because it could be severely mismarketing the movie, or the movie could be severely misunderstanding the source material. But with an all-star cast as great as this movie has, it's hard to imagine that many people saying yes to a movie that wouldn't be great. Another movie coming out November 10th is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, starring Frances McDormand. It is the story of a woman who lives in Ebbing, Missouri, and her daughter is murdered. The police don't do all the work that they need to do to find her killer, and she gets pretty pissed. So she puts up these 3 billboards outside her town that basically are saying, hey, police, what the hell are you doing? You need to find who killed my daughter, and you're being lazy and stupid by doing this. It causes a lot of controversy with the town and with the news. Despite the serious subject matter, it actually looks pretty funny. It's a very dark, sort of Coen Brothers comedy, but it's not directed by the Coen Brothers. So the next movie on my list is Call Me By Your Name, which comes out November 24th. It has been an Oscar frontrunner since it premiered at Sundance earlier this year, and it got like raving reviews. It is about a young boy, like 18 years old, who starts having a relationship with an older man in like his 30s or 40s. And it's a love story between these two guys, and I'm really interested to see what they do with it, because the age gap between the two of them, I'm interested to see what that does for the story. But it does look really sweet and authentic and romantic. Oh, and okay, I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but Timothy Chalamet. I don't know. He's the lead in this movie, and I saw him in a movie last year, I think, called Miss Stevens. He was amazing in that movie. It's on Netflix last time I checked. I think it may still be there. He gives a terrific performance in that movie, so I'm hoping he does the same for this one. The next movie on my list, coming out December 1st, has the potential to be the best comedy movie of the year. The Disaster Artist. You've heard of the atrocity that is The Room, correct? The Room is a 2004, I think, film that was written, directed, and starred Tommy Wiseau, and it is known for being the worst movie that has ever been made. It was a disaster to film, and now the Franco brothers are making a movie about the making of that movie. James Franco is playing Tommy Wiseau, and Dave Franco is playing, I can't remember the other guy's name, but the other actor in the movie. It just looks freaking hysterical. It tells a story that I think anyone who is interested in film really wants to know. You can have biopics about the most famous people in the world, but really what we want to know is how the world's stupidest decisions ever got made, and this movie is going to be answering the question of one of those stupid decisions. I could not be more excited for it. The final movie on this list is coming out December 8th, and it's called The Shape of Water. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro, and it stars Sally Hawkins as the lead character. She is not deaf, but she doesn't speak. She does do sign language. She works for this company. I don't even know what they do, but they have this really rare aquatic sea creature that she basically forms a bond with. The reason she forms this bond is because the sea creature doesn't talk, and neither does she. She feels like it sees her as she truly is, instead of with this incompleteness that she has. And it looks really creepy and mysterious, but it also looks very heartfelt and sweet. It honestly feels like a fantasy feel-good movie. I'm really excited to see what types of genres this movie encapsulates. And yeah, I love Guillermo del Toro as well. Crimson Peak was really good, and so I'm excited to see his next project. If you made it to the end of this video, those are not necessarily necessarily my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year, but those are my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year that I don't think many people know about. Kingsman: The Golden Circle is still at the top of my list, but I'm gonna make sure I see all of those movies that I just listed, whether they turn out to be good or bad, because I'm just that excited for all of them. And I really hope you guys check them out as well. I would really just recommend seeing the trailers for all of these because they all look amazing. Be sure to look out for quite a few of them during Oscar season. Be sure to like and subscribe to High School Film Nerds. Oh, and also follow our Instagram account because we have that now. I created it earlier today. Yay! So yeah, follow the Instagram account where you can get updates on our reviews and when they'll be up and when we're seeing movies. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you see some really good movies, and I hope some of these are some of them. Bye.